Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MKE Championship Season 4, sponsored by Genesis, co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. This is the day 2 of the lower brackets of MKE Championship. Well, I hope today we're gonna have a very interesting matchup between Daffodils and TNG. The blue side is taken by Daffodils and the red side is taken by TNG. I'm Azazel with my partner Smalin and we'll be casting this match for y'all.
Hello to the first day of the match, and we should start, I guess.
Yep, we'll be starting pretty soon. And looking at the teams, do you have any prior information or experiences seeing these teams play, Smilin?
No, I don't have any information. Mm, we'll see how they go.
Yep,
There might
neither
be.
do I. That's why I was like hoping to hear something from you. But I guess we'll just have to wait and let the night decide the result for us.
I'm bound by nothing.
You
The
can see the
advantage
first
of
ban, and it's
destiny.
Gushan. No one wants him in the mid lane and the jungle lane. I guess that's the reason he's banned from the start.
Yep, he's annoying wherever he goes, and because of his burst damage, insanely burst damage. And while he's on not on the jungle, his petrify is pretty annoying too. And we can even see that last ban coming in from Team TNG. Well, the bans are looking pretty good up until now. They are all in the meta, and nothing yet surprising till now, Smiling.
Do you think Fanny will be banned in this game?
Um, I don't think so, but let's see. We have been seeing a pretty lot of fanny bands coming in from the day 1, 2, and even the day 3 of like all lower brackets and the upper brackets, or the bracket deciding matches as well.
Yeah, we can see 1-1 being banned as well. No one wants that 1-1 in the late game, and that Valentina stealing their ultimate and being a lot much pain. But that did leave them is open, and
Yep, they were caught in a pinch with their Atlas ban cause they had Faramis as well as Valentina open. The thing is, they could not ban Faramis cause they will just be giving away Valentina and they could not leave both open as just giving Valentina and taking Faramis for themselves would also be useless as the enemy would have Valentina and me having Valentina would mean like they would also have the ulti of Faramis. Well,
definitely. And we can see Team TNG going in with that Tigreal and Kagura. I mean, they just locked right away, so I think they're pretty confident with that pick.
Yep, and Martis is still open. I don't know what's going on to the mind of Team TNG. I'm like, they're giving up so many OP picks. Well, not the Belric. I don't know if Belric is in the meta or not. I haven't seen him play in any of the tournaments or in the ranked matches nowadays. But I do know that Martis is going to be a hell of menace on that map.
Yep, and with Belric being picked, looks like Faramis is gonna be the mage for the match, not the support. So it would be interesting to watch Faramis and Belric going in together.
Yep, and we can see Moscow pick coming in from the side of TNG. They've already picked their marksman, their mage, and the tank. And on the side of Daffodils, I think they have picked their mage and tank for sure. And I don't think whether Martis is gonna go as he can be flexed on either the jungle or the XP. And Melissa ban coming in from Team TNG. Bans are pretty looking pretty nice, but I don't think the picks are up to the mark from the side of TNG. What do you think, Smalin?
I mean, they did lock right away, so I think they're sure and they're comfortable with their picks. They might just show us wonders, or the meta might take away the match. We are not sure yet, so we'll just have to watch their gameplay, their rotation team fights, and that would decide probably pretty much with that being Pakito being banned as a side laner. So they don't
Yep.
want Pakito in the game. They don't want him in the jungle or side lane as well.
Yep, and speaking of coincidences, I was just talking like the comfort zone and like the meta pick, counter pick topic with Marcus yesterday. And to our surprise, the team who was picking their comfort heroes every game actually lost to the ones who was actually picking counters and metas. So I think this would be another match deciding on that topic. Like, is counter better than is like comfort picks better than counters and meta? Or is the vice versa also true?
We'll find out in this game, I guess. For now, we can see Roger Hyper. I haven't seen Roger Hyper in very long time, you know.
Yep, I think people started using him less when the tank meta came in because Roger can might be able to do all those cleanup on those squishes very well because of his skills, chase down and like finishing up skills. But with the tank meta and the fighter meta on the jungle and on the tanks coming in, I don't think Roger became a very viable pick in this meta. So we could see the decline in the picks of him. But now I guess it will be a very good opening match for him.
Definitely, and we can see Blue Team going in with that Balmond as their hyper, which might be a lot of trouble for Team TNG as well, and Irethel being as the MM, also Xbox being as the EXP laner for TNG. So we do have both the drafts up. Tell me, what do you think? Whose draft would be better?
Well, right now I think Team Daffodils are doing pretty great on their drafts and all, but with the last nerf coming on, like Balman on his ultimate, the ultimate damage on creeps was reduced to only 2k, but I don't think it's gonna affect that much on that retribution. But we can see the emblem. I don't think this is right emblem for Balman, but the players know better here yet again. And even the emblem on Roger, is this a bug or both of them are picking wrong emblems?
I'm not sure if it is a bug. They do have a tank emblem and a physical emblem.
I thought I was just seeing things. Well, peeps, we are here into the land of John, into the land of Dawn. My bad. And both of the like teams are taking their position. All the players are going into the lanes, their jungles, and their roles. While they are going on to that, I want you all to go and like that like button below our video and show love to our sponsors and this tournament. Our sponsor for the tournament, yet again, I'm gonna mention them is Genesis, Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official.
Yep, and we can see in the bot lane there might be a team fight.
Yep, and Airtel goes down as so early in the match. It hasn't been even 1 minute, and Airtel goes down, and the first kill goes, the first blood goes to Team TNG.
Definitely Tigreal did reach on time, or it would have been Moscow giving the first blood. That was an amazing rotation coming in by there.
Yep, exactly. And right now we can see even some team play happening here in the mid lane as there are players clumping up into that bush looking for some engage, and the Belleric is pretty low. There's still 40 seconds for the turtle to spawn. I think Belleric will get a breather here, and he might just go back and come.
Definitely looks like Team TNG is quite dominating the game in the start. Martus might get that Xbox. There is that Paramus, but Xbox will be forced to use the flicker and just go away. First turtle will be coming in another 15 seconds. I would say
Yep.
40. There is again the 3 level. It will go down again. Nope, she will just retreat for now. So, do you think there is going to be a team fight for the first turtle?
Yep, exactly. There are gonna be team fight. There is gonna be a team fight for the first turtle. Xbox has almost got his shield back, although Martius is low, but Xbox is still missing that very crucial battle spell into the first turtle. I think there has to be a rotation coming in, but like Kakura isn't going there, and Martius is pretty low. No, all the sides are both of the sides are pretty much ignorant of the turtle being taken here by Balman, and Balman is just gonna take it without any much of a major issue. So the first turtle goes into the hand of Team Daffodils. Well, this is gonna almost level out the goal difference they had from that first blood, and it's gonna be pretty much stalemate for now.
They do have the same amount of goal. There is not much of a difference. There is no push. It's just that both the teams are holding their lanes pretty well for now. Um,
Yep, but we can see the gap of the XP, the levels, and the gold coming in into the both junglers of the team as Roger is one level behind while Balmond is one level ahead. we can see that ultimates are being used here, and Roger takes down Faramis as he went in too deep, and he punished him for that. And you can see Aether is also low, and the Tigreal has caught two players in his ult, and Aether will go down to the hands of Roger. Roger is getting the snowball here. I think he's gonna go for the triple kill. Yep, he will get the triple kill, and Balmond is really in a bad position. He must escape right now, but the slow coming in from the ultimate of Moscow will slow him down. Are they gonna go for the kill, or are they just gonna back off? I think this should be a pretty good time to back off, as the backup must be arriving from Team Daffodils anytime right now.
I mean, they do have the advantage to just increase their gold. Backing out would be a pretty much safe option. Barman trying to go in with Erethel, Tigreal just taking the damage, and they are retreating as well. Yep, they have that 1.5k gold difference. Again, the second turtle is gonna be up. I'm not sure. I think Team TN. I mean, I'm not sure. Okay, Team Red is
TNG. Yep, you're right.
Team PNG do have the upper hand, and they can go for the turtle. Mart is almost getting that Xbox diving in. I'm not sure. He uses the flicker to escape. He barely managed to escape.
Yep, both players are still at it. They might just go for the kill or the re-engage, but yep, they just chose to back off at the right time. This might have been bad for the bad for the Martis, as Kagura just moved in. And there's gonna be another team fight here onto the turtle. They're gonna be fighting for who takes the turtle right now. Right now they are at 3 members versus 4 members into the favor of Team TNG. So this might be the perfect moment for Team TNG to turn things around and take the second turtle for themselves. But no, they let the turtle go back to its position, and Kagura uses himself, and Tigreal going in for a pretty good engage. He catches a pretty good amount of people, but Martis taking down a kill, and Kagura also falling down to the hands of Martis, and Balman taking down the Spork. And this, what am I seeing? This total team fight went in the favor of Daffodils. It's a 4v0 trade, and even in the bottom lane, Moscow was pretty well down. This is such a back and forth game that Team Gold, the economy is back onto that stalemate position we were talking about earlier.
Yep, it is not just bad. It is like they have increased their goal difference. They did manage to take away the plus side of this game with the second turtle also. I mean, Erithel is holding that lane pretty good with that Moscow right there. Moscow missing his ultimate.
Yep.
There is that backup, but we can see there might be a 2v3 fight coming in.
Although Agura has used her ult, it's not gonna be of any use to not be able to take down that Irithel, but they do manage to take down that tank, that roam of Team Daffodils, but it's not gonna be the optimal choice for them. And Tigreal and Roger re-engage, and Kagura also re-engages onto the Team Daffodils, and they are gonna get one kill here. And now Team TNG is trying to back off. Yes, this is the best decision they can take down. They don't have to be greedy. They already took down 2 people, and they are almost back onto the tail with that economy lead. This is such a back and forth game coming on right through and through. What do you think, Simon?
Definitely, it is a back and forth game. I mean, look at that Xbox just trying to force Martus to get out. He's just chasing. Not sure who really is gonna get there, but Martus might be pretty low.
This is a pretty bad situation for Mathis. He's keeping on engaging onto the tail of Xborg. This is not right, and I think a very crucial battle spell has also been used by Mathis. He doesn't have flicker right now, and we can see into the mid lane a engage coming in here. Belric has used his ult. Even the cold ultra has been used to save the lives of Team Daffodils. But Roger is on, and he's hunting down people. And we are seeing Balm, and the trigger is solo, and he will fall from the hand from the ultimate of Balmond. And this is yet another good. Balmond is in a pretty bad position right now. He might just fall, but no, they escape pretty nicely. And yep, yet another back and forth game. The last fight was won by Team TNG. This fight is won by Daffodils. And just keeps on happening again and again.
Yep. Both teams are pretty strong and pretty compatible. Third turtle is up as well. Paramus is pretty low, will be forced to retreat for now. Marta's going in for the push. Xbox pretty low. Will he be able to defend? I guess so. There is that backup by Kagura, so he should be able to defend pretty well. Martus might be in real bad position and will be taken down as well.
Yep, and while the Martyrs was being taken down by the two people in the top lane, we can see Team Daffodils trying to make up to the situation and take their turtle here into the bottom lane. And we're also in a pretty bad position. Ultimate has been popped by Rethel and Pram is there for the engage, but I think they'll be able to escape for right now. Yep. And speaking of the goal difference and the team fight and the team fight victory going over to each side, and we can even see here Moscow takes down Irthel. Now the Irthel is at 0-4-0. I was about to talk about this, that Moscow is at 105 KD and Irthel is at 0-4-0. We should be able to like see the difference in their farm anytime right now, and it just happened.
Definitely, once that Moscow is farmed, they are gonna have a lot of trouble. I guess. But you know, it's basically like one of the team fight is in favor of the blue team and the other is in favor of team red. So that's how I think they're staying balanced.
Yep, it was almost balanced, but Xborg was able to take down the turret on the top lane, but it's also gonna get balanced again now with Martis taking down that turret into the response of their turret taking down. But here into the mid lane also we can see the very crucial tower, a very key point being taken down by Team TNG, and also the bottom lane, and this marks as all the first tier towers of Team Daffodils have fallen. This is pretty huge for TNG. They have taken down more objectives and compared to the Daffodils, and they are gonna go on through with that goal lead.
Definitely. It was a smart move coming in from the team TNG, pushing up the top, mid, and the bottom lane tier at once. But looks like Team Blue needs to back up a little and go for the push and not for the team fights, probably. So we can see the first lot is going to be up within 10 seconds, less than 10
Yep, and we
seconds.
can see an engage coming in from Tigreal. He was able to get some people, but now the cold throw is up, and they will be able to survive. Expo has used his ult, and Roger was able to take down the Belric. Moscow also takes down Rethel into the bottom lane, while we were engaged in this fight into the mid lane. Now Moscow is getting fed, and they need to do something about it, Team Daffodils, or they'll be in huge trouble.
Definitely, there will be huge trouble. Moscow has the highest gold among both the teams. We can see he have already got a Scarlet Phantom and his. I'm not sure what is that. I'm so bad. So, okay, they're up for the first Lord, and it might be a pretty easy Lord for Team TNG to get the first Lord.
Yep, they are on a pretty good lead, pretty good spree on their everything. But while I was talking about that, that has been another comeback from TNG. Not comeback, I would say. Yep, another spree coming in from TNG. They have been able to successfully take down two members from the side of Daffodils, and this team fight is yet again into the hands of TNG. TNG is actually winning these team fights back and forth again and again, unlike before, and we can see slowly like the balance of the match slowly shifting towards the side of Team TNG.
Yep, they do have the goal lead. It's approx 3 to 4k right now. Xbox pushing in from the top, and in the bot there is Lord. So they are coming up with a good strategy and good backup. Peripheral might be forced to retreat again by that Moscow, and he is gonna
Yep,
take her
Moscow was
down.
able to successfully pin down Irethel onto the wall, but Irethel had that wind of nature and was able to survive. But in that thing, Moscow was also forced to use Inspire, I guess, and that was a pretty even trade coming in for both of them marksmen, and we can see even TNG decided to swap that Lord, like trade that Lord for towers onto the top side of the map, as the Lord was just being taken down by Team Daffodils. Pretty good strategy coming in from Team TNG right now. What do you think, Smalin?
And it is not just top tower, they did manage to take all the three towers. Now they just have the main ones left. So it is gonna be a little hard for them to defend, but yeah, they are trying to defend. They have the 6k gold advantage as well. Lot this is gonna take a lot of time, so they'll just have to hold in the lanes and wait for the team fight to happen. I think Eritel was not a real great pick here. She is having a lot of trouble. Yes. 0 is not a good score
Irithel
for
is actually
any.
the counter of picks like Exborg, Roger, and Moscow. Not Roger, maybe, but even Moscow. Looking at that range difference that Irithel has and her mobility to like shoot while she is moving, and Moscow has pretty low range here. Yet here again, Irithel should be the one dominating that team fight, but somehow she's at 0-6-0. Well, yet again, another one of my predictions in my head going wrong.
Yep, the lot's gonna be less than 20 seconds, and Team TNG is gonna hold the lanes and wait for the lot to be spawned so that they can go for the another lot. And in this game, probably again the goal difference just keeps on increasing and increasing for Team TNG. They are in a good spot right now. They'll just clear the wave and go for that lord. I'm not sure if Team U is gonna go for that lord.
But yet again, we can see the composition of a team Daffodils may allow them to do a pretty comeback type of fight in like single fight, as their whole composition is based on like surviving team fights and actually winning them. But here we can see an engage coming in onto the Moscow, and Moscow will fall down on the side of team Daffodils. As I was talking here about mistakes, and with their whole lineup being about just winning team fights, they might just turn it around at any point.
Yep, it took a lot of effort for them to get that Moscow down because he was pretty strong. It took 4 people to get the Moscow down.
Four
So
people and three
this
ultimates
might
to be exact.
that was 3 ultimates. The Lord is coming in from the top, and I'm not sure if they would be ending the game without Moscow. He is gonna be there, but the Lord would be taken down by the time he is
I think
there.
they should be able to successfully defend this wave. They might be even be able to defend their all of the inhibitors quite perfectly if they play it very well. But no, the top inhibitor falls into the hand of Lord. I think this is a plus 12-minute Lord. So yeah, and he can see an engage, a try of engage coming in from Tigreal, but like Amadeus was able to cancel it, and Collateral being spawned by Faramis, but it was not to use as it went down pretty quickly. And yeah, damage coming in from X-Borg. What is this? All the true damage is like raining down onto the side of Team Daffodils, and it's hurting them too much. And Moscow is back at here, and he is just gonna go for the kill instead of the base. But they might be able to end it right here. Yep, there is no one to defend the base, and Faramis and Balmud are the only one left. And Moscow will just take down that base while locking onto it. So the first match of the first series of the day two of the lower brackets goes into the favor of Team TNG. Well, this is going to be a best of three, guys. We have to wait for the results of the other two matches as well. We might be able to see um yet another two matches at most if Team Daffodils manages to turn it around in the next game or so. What do you think, Smilan?
I think, yep, we will see the next 2 matches, but I think Moscow did play real good in the start. Their rotation wasn't that great, but they did manage to hold on to that rotation and take turns and go for the push. The whole criteria of the game is to push and not go for fights. Actually, that's where I think Team Daffodils were little behind, and probably the reason they couldn't make up much with this fight and the team fight. Erethel wasn't a lot of help, and definitely Belric wasn't a great tank here for the choices. So we'll get to know in the next match what happens
Yep,
with
and
the.
speaking of things, we were also proved wrong that in this game, comfort heroes mattered more than just counters and metas, and they took the win. Um, and yeah, while we are moving on and waiting on for the next match, let me talk about our sponsors. M3 MKE Championship Season 4 is sponsored by Genesis Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. As our main sponsor, Genesis is the biggest MLBB account dealership uh, store in India. Do check it out, guys, in the description. And we'll be waiting here for the next match. See you then. All right. So, guys, we are back on with a short 30-second break onto the second match of the series between Team Daffodils and TNG into the second day, into the day two of the lower brackets. And here the teams have swapped their places, with now TNG being as the blue on the blue side and Team Daffodils being on the red side. Well, I'm Azazel with my partner Smiling, and we'll be casting this match for you.
Yep, and like we know, what is wrong? Yes, I shouldn't be sleeping in casting. Like we know, in last game, Team TNG did manage to get the first victory, and if they get the second one, they are gonna be the winners for now. But let's hope Team Red manages to get that victory, so we get to see one more match coming in from both of these teams.
Yep. I think we are pretty eager to know whether it's going to be a clean sweep from the side of TNG, or definitely is going to make a comeback and force the TNG into the third match for the deciding factor. Well, that's all. And for now, speaking of the bands, Afram is band coming in from the side of TNG, and Melissa band coming in from the side of Daffodils. The bands are pretty much on point. All the heroes are in meta, and pretty much surprised. Team TNG actually banned Faramis, even though he proved to be of no use in the last game. What do you think, Smalin?
I think Paramus is not useless, but if Paramus has a proper, I mean, if Paramus is the support and then there is a proper mage, that might be a killer combo. Indeed.
Yep, I think they know that they know the potential of Faramis right now. Maybe it was just that there was no good player who had a Faramis in his comfort zone into the last game, and they were just forced to pick as it was just open. Well, speaking of all that, we can see the trigger ban yet again coming in from the side of TNG. They're straight away going in for those simple comfort zone heroes. And onto the side of Daffodils, we can see the Valir pick and Gushin pick right away to meta pick coming in right from the start. And yep, this is looking good into the favor of Team Daffodils right now, because Valir does counter Tigreal, and Gushin is one of those heroes you would like not to be on the map. What do you think, Smalin?
Definitely, he can melt down even a tank very easily in those late games. Being the jungler, I think he's one of those junglers who can melt anyone down if given a proper amount of farm. Also, TNG going in with that Kagura and Xbox. Are they planning to pick same heroes again?
As we were talking about, they are going for this comfort heroes again, and yep, they are just gonna, I think, pick the same heroes. And picking the same heroes isn't always a good thing, as the enemy team might just be able to like notice it and might be able to like predict your next pick, as it might be the Balmond or the Moscow. So they can just go in for a counter for that early in, and this might be the bad. This might just turn out bad to be for TNG. Yep, they just
Definitely.
ban Moscow.
They knew that last game Moscow had a lot of potential. He found pretty quick, and they're gonna go ban that Moscow and pick that 1-1 for the late game. I mean, the draft looks pretty great for Team Red right now compared to
Yep,
Team.
the draft is pretty much great. In the last game, the 1-1 was banned by the side of Team TNG, but now it's open. Even the Gushin was banned, and now it's open. I think if this is the comfort zone for Team Daffodils, they might be in a good spot right now with the draft being in their favor. But yet, we just have to wait and see, as I might be just proven wrong yet again, as comfort heroes might just win over picks and counter metas.
Definitely. I think the topic which you have been knowing that which is better, the meta or the comfort zone, is basically on how a user play and how the team plays. It's completely on that how they use the skill, how is the rotation again. So we can't predict which team is gonna be great.
But talking about picks and bans, we can just see the Franco being picked here on the side of Team Daffodils. Their drops is looking pretty strong right now. And we can see even a Nathan Karina pick coming in from the side of Team TNG. Karina is actually a very low key, very strong hero here. And we can also see a Badang pick coming in from the side of Daffodils. Even Daffodils is pretty much low-key strong hero in this meta. If you have ever played with or against that hero, those heroes, uh, you might just get that experience. And right now, all we can do is just wait and see like what they might just play or what gameplay they might just show, what skills they might show to us, to this audience in this night.
Definitely, all we can do is wait and watch. I think Karina was a great pick here, being known that One's ultimate can't affect her if she uses her first or second skill. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Not just that, and even the Balman, sorry, not the Balman, the Badang's ult is also like almost basic attacks only right now with the last update. I think she's even gonna like bounce off most of the damage from the Badang as well. And looking at the draft, team Daffodils is actually looking quite not Daffodils. Yep, Team Daffodils is looking actually quite squishy, with only Franco and Badang being the only one who can actually take some damage. That Corina might just go in and get on a rampage on this map. Isn't it right, Mal?
Definitely, you're right here. And we can see that there is bottom lane. Both the tanks are going with their MMs to keep that backup in that early game. On the top, there is Xpog and Balang in the mid. We can see the mages. And in the jungle lanes, the jungler going in for the farm as well. So, right now, Xpog is kind of holding Badang real tight here. I'm not sure if Tigrel and Nathan are just waiting for them to come back. They did miss a little bit of farm there.
Yep, I don't know what's going on rather. Why did Nathan recall? And even he not just recall, he even missed that last minion of his, and he's still at level. He is at level 2. I think Nathan is experiencing some technical difficulties right now, maybe in connection problems. Well, yet again, I'll just say every team gets like two pauses they can ask at each match for like 2 minutes each. I think they should just go for the pause. Yep, I was just talking about it. They have gone for that pause, looking that Nathan was quite out of the game. Um, I don't believe the. Yep, that was a mistake. But yep, uh, yep. So it has. Yep, it has to be a mistake from our team. We are sorry for that, but this pause is going to be a 2 minute long pause, and going on to the and being requested by team TNG as Nathan is not seems to be in the mood for playing, or might be just network. And talking about all those, let's just talk about the sponsors for right now, as we don't have much to talk about. As the score is still 0-0, and the goal difference isn't of much, and it has been just still 1.5 minutes. Our sponsor for the tournament are Genesis, Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. Well, can you tell us about Genesis Store, Smalin?
I'm not sure about these. You need to talk about it by yourself.
Well, I'll tell you also that Genesis is one of the biggest MLBB account dealers. If you want to sell your account or buy a new account of any given criteria, you can just go to Genesis Store. He's on the Genesis Store is on Instagram, is on WhatsApp as well. They have more than 30 groups, I think, and yep, it's a pretty big store. You might just get your account sold or might even buy an account at pretty quick pace. Well, that's it for the sponsors. Let's just talk about the game right now. Let's just talk about the matchup right now. Into the goal lane, who do you think is gonna have the upper hand, Nathan or One?
I'm not sure. I'm
Like
literally.
not taking into account that Nathan just went off right now.
It. It is basically. I can't tell anything in the start which one is gonna play good. I mean, based on heroes, yeah, they do have advantage, but based on player, it's just completely different.
Yep,
Also, we
like
can see
based on
half.
heroes, which hero?
Let's say one. I'm not sure
Hmm.
with Van's ulti and Nathan's ulti. Nathan can just escape her skills and not trigger Van's ulti as well.
Yep. At the end, it just depends on the skills of both of the players. As Nathan might not be able to use his skills properly to escape, or one might not be able to open the ult at all. Well, all those talks about that. Nathan is back into the game. So, guys, we are back into the land of dawn from the break, and we can see that into the top lane, Engage is coming in from the side of Team TNG, and they just went in for the Badang, but the Badang just escapes barely, so less HP left, and his shield was the one that saved him from that massacre. Karina still has her attribution, and the only resource being used here was Kagura's execute. What do you think, Smalin? I think they're gonna get the turtle without an issue here also.
Yep, they get that turtle for free while the team red was on the board trying to get that Nathan. Karina did manage to get the first turtle. Also, I don't see much of goal difference right now. It's just like 100, 500 or something. Xbox forcing Badang to retreat, and he will have to retreat. No option until and unless there is a backup coming in for Badang.
Yeah, Badang is pretty low right now, and he is not even level 4 yet, and I think he's gonna miss all that minion wave as well. Xborg is doing a pretty great job as at like holding the Badang off and like holding not getting giving him any of that farm or experience he needs. And looking at here, there's engage coming in from Gushan. He does manage to get a mark on Xborg, but it was to no avail. The flicker coming in from Xborg was on point, and he just escapes all the damage from Gushan and barely survives. But he's still here trying to defend the lane, and with that 1 HP, he's gonna still go back at it to defend it. And while we're caught up into the team fight into the top lane, we can see that 1-1 has fallen down into the bottom lane onto the hands of Kagura. No, into the hands of Nathan, I see. Yep.
Yep, someone like, look at that Xbox game coming in. It was pretty interesting and good that I completely forgot there are other players in the game as well.
Yup, he's staying onto the map with like as low as HP as possible he can keep, and he still survives. He still has 0 deaths and 1 kill. And I think Badang was also taken down onto the top lane by Kagura. Yep. And slowly but surely, this match is shifting into favor of TNG as they have already a goal difference of almost 2k.
Yep, they do have the advantage. They have to get advantage. There is that second turtle up. Looks like both team might engage here. As we can see, both the hypers are nearby to the turtle. Akagura trying to come in, and yep, they might just wait and start the turtle. It's already started. Franco trying to give vision.
Yep, and Tiggle trying to go in for the engage, but he catches no one, and 1-1 has successfully opened the ult, and it's just the amount of timing required here to get the nice team fight in, and Kagura goes in for the counter engage and gets down 2 people along with the help of Karina, and this is gonna be a 2-for-0 trade, 2-for-1 trade, and Karina was successfully able to take the turtle as well as Goshen down, who came in to get kills out of there. And this is going to be a 3-for-1 trade. It's going to be a trade for Roamer against 4 core heroes, and this is not looking good for the side of Daffodils. This team fight also went into the favor of Team TNG.
Definitely, this team fight went into the favor of Team TNG. We can see they have the goal difference of 2k, 3k. For now, the rotation coming in from them is perfect. Xbox did manage to come from top to mid near the turtle and engage in the team fight. Karina just waiting, and she might just get the Valir almost. Okay.
Yep, she almost gets the Valir, but no. Now the ultimate of Karina is going to be down. Nathan is almost out of mana. This is a pretty bad spot for the team of TNG to be staying in right now. So yep, they're going to be recalling. And the Valir was also pretty slimy, pretty, you can say, he was pretty slimy onto that flicker at the right time, and he was able to slip away from the hands of Karina and into the top lane. We can see that Xborg is yet again pretty low, but I'm trying to go in for the re-engage and try and get that kill. But and we can see a concealed play coming in here from team Daffodils, and yet they are not gonna let Xborg get away with this right now. They're just gonna use 2 or 3 of the skills to take him down, and yep, here again, Franco used his ult pretty much so far away from their team, and he was punished for it and was taken down by Karina, and with Karina being on the killing spree right now.
Definitely, Karina is playing real good. They are able to get those team fights. They are able to push Nathan almost getting the top second tier. I mean the bottom second tier. But one kind of defend it, I would say.
Yep, I think Nathan is experiencing network issues, so he is just sticking towards just pushing and not doing anything else. And surprisingly, he is actually doing pretty good on that. And into the drop lane, we can see Engage coming in from Batang. He did a pretty good ult, but Tigreal was able to escape with a bare minimum HP. And we can see here Kagura being caught by Wali. Wali is gonna use his flicker yet again here, and he might even be able to take down Tigreal with it, but no, Tigreal escaped. He was in a pretty bad spot. The turtle has been taken down by Team TNG onto the bottom side, and 1-1 has also fallen down there with Gushan and 1-1 being pretty low. I don't think 1-1 fell down there. That's my bad.
But they did
Hmm.
not get the mid tower as well as the turtles, so the advantage is again in favor of TNG. They are having pretty good rotation and backup coming in for each of them. While there was Xbox trying to get the turtle with Karina, you could see that Kagura and Tigreal were on the top, but Kagura had been taken down by that Valir. I mean, he knows how to use his flicker to escape and attack at a point.
Yep. I think Valerie knows what he's doing pretty well, and he's doing his job pretty good. And we can just say into the bot lane side of the jungle that Valerie was taken down here. He was punished for being too aggressive, and a shutdown coming in from the side of Daffodils onto Karina. And Nathan is pretty low, but he manages to take down 1-1 on time before she was able to open her ult. Yep. This team fight, but also went into the favor of Team TNG. The only perks that Daffodils had from taking this team fight is that they were able to shut down that Karina. I don't think it meant a lot to them while like losing three members, but we have to wait and see.
Yes, Rishan using his ulti but couldn't catch that Nathan, so will force to retreat. Tigrella and Kagura going in with that form. Will they be able to catch the Hyper? Almost being caught. Yep, he will be dead in the hand of Nathan. I'm not wrong. Yeah, Kagura got killed.
Kagura takes that kill. Yep, well, that kill went in the hands of Kagura. I don't know if Kagura used her execute for that kill or like she had already used it before that. But if she did use, it was pretty much a kill steal. And into the top lane, we can see Karina going on for that engage on Badang. Badang is pretty low. Karina might be able to just go for the kill. Yup, she gets it. And Franco flickers in to get that ultimate in, and he might be able to take her down. But no, she survives with a bare minimum HP, and she goes in for the re-engage and Kagura takes down Franco. Well, the engage coming in from Franco was pretty good here. Pretty good flicker and ult coming in from their side, but there was no backup available at that time. So even this team fight went into the favor of TNG. So, so smiling. Are we looking at a clean sweep right now?
Yep, game dominated from the start by Team TNG. Team Battles are not looking in a great position. They also have gone for the first Lord and will easily manage to get the Lord, but we can see Madan giving a vision, he going in and not getting anyone, but will be taken down.
Yep, and that was good ultimate coming in from the cushion, but he was not able to take down anyone. But Karina finds that gap and goes in for the 1-1. She was able to successfully take down 1-1, but no, she will be falling out into the hands of Gushan as Valir was the one who had stunned her with his skills and passive. But Franco is in a very bad position also here, making a grave mistake. Being so back as line of the team, and we can see a flicker being used by Xborg and his ultimate be in the hopes that he might just get that Gushan and Valir in the wrong spot, but it failed. And a blunder coming in from Kagura. They don't have to die while the Lord is marching on onto the opponent team side, and two of the core heroes of Team TNG has fallen just due to small mistakes. What do you think about this, Malin?
I mean, it was a pretty fair trade for Kagura. She did manage to get that hyper down, so it wasn't much of a loss to them, knowing that they have that upper hand. They have the gold advantage, they have that Lord who is going to be giving them a push. So, yeah, it wasn't much of a loss for Team TNG.
Yup, it wasn't much of a loss, but they could have gotten more if they push, they might even put in the one of the inhibitors. But and we can see here the Explorer being taken down as for and being punished for being too aggressive. That Warriors is playing pretty well. His CC and pushbacks and all the damage is on point. And yep, Karina is gonna be forced to get back, and Tigreal fails to use his ult properly, was in a pretty bad spot and was almost about to get taken down. And Kagura does get taken down by Valir. The skills of Valir are on point. He knows what he's doing. He might be the only hope for Team Daffodils right now. And this is going to be a 2 for 2 trade with Xborg respawning just right now.
Definitely, but yeah, again, the gold is still same. They still have the upper hand. It's just how team Red defends this game and manages to get that lead back. But I'm not sure if they can get that lead back in the late game. I mean, the only hope might be Valir and 1-1 because Valir has that far range to just defend an attack. Also, 1-1 might show some wonders. I guess I'm not sure. But yeah, the Lord is going to be up in 30 seconds, and we might see. I'm not sure if I would say an engage coming in, but a defend coming in would be great.
Yep, the Lord is gonna be spawning in pretty much 15 seconds right now, and this the goal difference is already into the favor of Team G and TNG. But no, I don't think it's that much right now. It's only a measly 3k. Team Daffodils might be able to make that difference back as as TMG is not freezing their lanes or anything. And this is a pretty good position for Team Daffodils to attack right now as Xborg is in the top lane, but they don't know that yet, so they are hesitating into moving on to into that Lord side to get that vision and that control. Yet again, we can see pressure is being taken down by Kagura. She just went in for early and went in solo, and she was punished for that engage. And the Tigreal did an engage here, but he was in a pretty bad spot, and it was of no use. 1-1 had used her ult and got that kill on Nathan. The only fatality here was Badang, I guess. Yep, Badang was the only one who was taken down here, and this is going to be a 2 for 1 trade, this time into the favor of Team Daffodils.
I mean, if Karina was right there, it would have been a wipeout, but she wasn't right there with the team, so I would say that was the mistake she made at that point.
Yep, Team Daffodils know this is the right time to this is the right time to fight, but then again, the damage of Karina is too much, and she just finds that opening on to 1-1, and Vari is also in a pretty bad spot. He will be like taken down by Karina if she finds him. But no, the slow of Valir and the pushback is on point. He might be able to like buy a little bit of time for his team. And yep, Nathan and Kagura have been are present right there for the backup. And we can see a pause being requested by 1-1. This time from the side of Team Daffodils. I think this is a strategic pause, not a technical one. Well, Smiling, right now at this point, we are pretty sure that Team TNG has the upper hand. Do you think there is any hope for Team Daffodils with them just being at a loss for like three players at this point?
Being at loss for three players, it would give an easy opening for Team TNG just to go and get the Lord. And yeah, by the time there is Lord, the whole team might be there. But if Team TNG does go with the Lord, it might probably be the end. So it's just on how they defend and not engage right now.
Yep, right now what they need is a proper setup, but they are lacking that serious AOE setup apart from Valir. That setup needed for that Valir and that Badang to actually get their skills in to deal that AOE damage using that crucial ult of Badang right on point, and 1-1 actually opening her ult. Like all these situations are not being met as Team TNG is just not allowing them to open their ults or like use their ults at all. And right now, the only thing they can hope for is a blunder from the side of TNG or maybe a mistake into this Lord fight, and that's all they need. Apart from that, they can't do anything. If TNG plays it pretty perfectly, they will be able to take the Lord as well as the game.
Yeah, I think Balang shouldn't probably be there. He should be defending on the top. Like by the time they are taking Lord, if he manages to clear that wave, it would be little easy to defend than rather die here and again be a loss for the team.
Yep, and there being only 10 seconds for the match to begin, let us just say the MKE Season 4 Championship is powered by Genesis and co-sponsored by Z3 Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official. Well, let's get back into the land of Dawn, Pips, and see what this match has in for us for the night. We can see the top lane is being pressured by the minions alone, and Franco is the only one defending the mid lane, and the whole of TNG, whole team of TNG is onto the Lord, and Nathan with that damage on Nathan and Karina. I think it's gonna be a pretty quick work of the Lord. Team TNG didn't even get a chance to clear the waves.
Definitely, Team TNG already going in for the engage, which they shouldn't, but are forced to use his flicker and did manage to survive right there. I think they should wait for the Lord and then engage.
Yep, but right now they have a lead pretty good enough, and as you can see, the three players of Team Daffodils were down, so I think they were doing what they think they were going to do. I think it's all right. The Lord is going to be reaching in time right now, and all the lanes are cleared except for the bottom lane. Well, it does not matter if the game ends right here due to just a single team fight. We can see a concealed play coming in from the side of Tigreal, and he goes in for that, but he was being interrupted. He got interrupted by Batang. Karina goes in for the kill, one, and even Xbox takes down one, and Gushan goes in for the shutdown on that Karina, but no, Kagura takes down Walir as well, and Nathan is gonna be locking onto the base. And yep, guys, we'll be seeing a clean sweep from the side of TNG, and Daffodils will be falling right here, right now, and they will be forced to leave this tournament for now. Well, they're gonna be walking away, walking out tonight, and this is where we say goodbyes to Team Daffodils and congratulations to Team TNG for actually moving on to the next stage of the lower brackets.
Definitely an amazing victory, an amazing domination, and I'd say amazing team fights as well coming in from Team TNG. They did manage to take this victory rightfully, I would say, knowing that they did pick the same heroes last time, almost, except for Nathan and Karina. They had a pretty amazing gameplay coming in.
Yep, I think they might have been able to do better if they knew that the first two picks was like Tigreal and Kagura right on point. They might have just planned for the other heroes like Xborg or something else, but they chose to also just go in for those heroes they might not be comfortable in. Like, yeah, Bushan was picked here, but he was not useful that much with being only at 661, and 1 was not able to get any domination on her lane. Well, this is a game. There has to be a winner, there has to be a loser. That's it for the first series of the day 2 of the lower bracket, guys. See you in the next series, and till then, see you later.
Hello guys, sorry to keep you waiting, but seems like the team red, that is Restart, they have surrendered, and moving on to the next round will be Area 69. That's for today, the match of the lower bracket team between Area 69 and Restart. So thank you for waiting and waiting for another match, and sorry that it didn't you didn't get to see it. Well, thank you everyone for joining the MKE Championship, sponsored by Genesis Store and co-sponsored by ZD Store, Zentro Store, and Slay Official YD. So let's get back tomorrow, hoping to see more good matches. Until then, stay safe, everybody, and have a really wonderful night.